Okay, my YouTube subscribers, how are you? Whew. If this ain't been a long week, I don't know what it is. And I got on my favorite shirt. It says, "Don't make me turn this car around." And I want to thank you guys, but I'm coming on. I'm just gonna kick to the point. Like I said, I don't have no sponsors, so I'm good with that. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 things, and I want to get comfortable when I start talking about this because it's so important. I want to talk to you about statute of limitation, res judicata, and 1983. These are 3 important things that you have to remember when you're dealing with any court, right? Let's start with limitation. Let me start with the background. I had somebody that reached out to me that said they wanted to sue a business. Said that the business had violated their 4th Amendment right. Said that 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th. Normally, when you start quoting all of these amendments that's violation, that gives me red flag that, that you've been practicing law in a federal or criminal, a jail, penal institution. I knew I was going to find the right word. So he tells me about this incident. He ended up getting arrested. What happened to the arrest? Well, they convicted him. He served time. And he said, okay, he automatically telling me, you need to brush up on this. So why am I brushing up? You're not asking me to draft it or nothing. No, that's not how you go to somebody you asking to brush up. Because you got to remember, you looking for a new set of eyes. So after he telling me all the stuff I need to do, he turned around and I asked him and say, did you file in federal court? Yeah, but I didn't want to tell you that. Why would you not want to tell me that? That's important. The first judge dismissed it with prejudice. Second judge dismissed it with prejudice for failure to state a claim. So I said, well, when did you file a lawsuit? When did the incident happen? 1997. When did you file your lawsuit? 1998. What year is it? 2022. 22-year-old case. Civil case, not criminal, civil case. So you got to look at, when you're dealing with stuff, statute of limitation. He says, well, I was so in a hurry to file the lawsuit, I just filed it. That's your first big mistake. Don't be so in a hurry to file. I know you got a deadline, but don't be so in a hurry to file that you file anything. And the way he talked to me is the way the lawsuit looked. That's another thing. People, he's citing all these cases. He telling everything. You don't hear nothing too much about what the case, what it's about. He telling the court what the law says. That is under Federal Rule 12B. And I'm not an attorney. I want to clear that up. I'm not an attorney. But under Rule 12, failure to state a claim can be dismissed. So you got to look at the statute of limitations when it comes to you filing a federal or a state lawsuit. You can't just say, well, you know what, 6 years ago, this happened, and I want to sue somebody. I've been suing this. I want to sue this person for taking my money 6 years ago. Well, your state may say, okay, and then federal court goes by state law now. A lot of times they go by state law. They don't go by federal when it's dealing with the Constitution, but they go by state law when it comes to that timeline. And they may say, well, you know what? Shoot, this 6 years ago, our statute of limitations ended too. But you so gun-ho trying to seek justice, you file it, you pay all that filing fee, and then you find out, you know what, you don't have a case. Okay, during that course in time, he filed 2 lawsuits. Both of them got dismissed. Now he want to file something with a 1983. And I'm going to get into what the 1983 says. Okay? I want to make sure I got that right. What the 1983 says. He's saying that the California Supreme Court says that a bouncer is under a 1983 color of law. 1983, 42 USC 1983 deals with anybody with authority. It deals with mostly law enforcement, police officers, elected officials, some state judges, anybody that has a state or federal that is an officer that can have a power position over people. I have never yet to see a bouncer have a state or authority over somebody. A bouncer is a private citizen. A private citizen. He is not elected official. So that's what a 1983 is. And it's under the Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act. A 1983 is called a color of law. So if your boss is harassing you, yeah, you can use that because that could be considered a 1983. If a judge is doing something to you, yes, that might be considered a 1983. If you have a somebody in authority that's doing something to you, yes, it could be a 1983. A bouncer in a club is not a 1983. I must be wrong, unless it might be in California. But then California has a 10-year statute of limitation. Then it makes it even better. Funnier. Where's the club at? Oh, it's out of business. How long has it been out of business? 4 years. Who you gonna serve? Who are you going to serve? Because they got to get served. Because they got to answer. Does that make sense? And see, these are the things that I come and tell you guys about. Especially those who are pro se. Because you know why? Because see, when people do foolishness, and I am going to say foolishness like that, it makes it harder for those who are well pleading, trying to present their case. The judge is already upset because he has seen so many of them. Then when he get to your case, he don't even want to act right. If you're going to be pro se, make sure, I understand that you researching your laws and all of that, but do it in a way, he trying to talking about, we got a 3-strike limit. That's criminal. That's criminal, God. That's criminal. There's no 3-strike limit in civil. And I'm trying to figure out how to block him because he's telling me, no, you need to stay focused. I need to stay focused. 20-year case about a bouncer. You trying to get them under, you know what, when they get through laughing at that, it's just going to be something else. But I just wanted to tell y'all what and then, wait a minute, I forgot one more thing. Res judicata. I call it res judicata. It's made res judicated. Or yeah. You can't, once a judge, he couldn't even appeal it. Statute of limitations went out on appeal. On a motion to reconsider. Whatever it is. They ain't already decided on it. It's been 20 years. He coming back with the same people. They can't be served. It's over 20 years. And he raising the same claims and issues that he did 20 years ago. But he want to put a 1983 on it. Now see, I'm going to tell you how. And I keep telling him I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to be real with you. See, this is what if ethics come into play. Because you know what? If I was somebody that was out for money, just out for money, I could have took his case, charged him whatever I wanted, made him believe whatever he wanted to believe, typed it up knowing it was going to get dismissed, let him go through the whole process of getting dismissed, then turn around when he dismissed, tell him, oh, let's go to the Court of Appeals, knowing the same thing I know that was going to happen in the lower court to the higher court, got more money from him, and then let him go and let him fight it till I can't get no more money out of him. But I'm sitting here telling him, you do not have a case. I don't want your money. Go in peace. And he's steady trying to get me to take his money, to take his case. He gonna find somebody. I guarantee you, he gonna find somebody that want the money bad enough that's gonna sell him a pipe dream. And that's sad. It's sad on every level you can possibly think of. Every level you can possibly think of. But this is pro se life. When somebody tells you the truth about your case, now I'm gonna be honest. I tell anybody that I can't stop. I try to tell everybody, I don't want to stop you from filing your rights. But then it comes a time when even I have to be realistic and say, you know what? When I ask you how many times, if he had said it was still pending with a motion to show, then I would have jumped in. If he said that, they just dismissed my case a month ago, and I would try to revive it. I would try, or if they had said anything other than what he telling me, the odds of me would have been a little bit small, but it would have been greater than what it is now. And that is me taking his case. But see, this is what, like I said, you got to realize something. Somebody gonna take it. But he's steady trying to convince me that he is so right. You need to read this case. I'm gonna be honest. I don't read anything unless I got I got a deposit, because that's my time. That's my time, and that's my time. And I don't put time in free for too many causes, because it takes a lot. You tell somebody, you give them a little bit, 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah, he did pay for the little time there, but you give them the 5 minutes and stuff, they want an hour. You give them an hour, they want you to fight for their cause. They want you to believe in their cause so bad that they want you to just jump in and do it for free. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't have a cause. And like I said, somebody gonna because he want to make a point. He want to get somebody so bad. It's been over 20 years, and he's still harping about a small incident being kicked out of a club that he gonna spend 20 years trying to get him. Ain't even worth it. He got arrested. He got convicted. It ain't even worth it. And then who you gonna find? Who you gonna serve? Even if he were to go to state court, who you gonna serve? Just putting it out there. I want to hear your thoughts. What do I don't want to keep ramping, but I want to hear your thoughts on this, okay? Tell me what you think.